Heyo, and what is up, gang? Thank you for checking out Sledgehammer TV tonight. It is Monday night, March the 19th, 2018. And we are here tonight to bring the hammer down on the ultimate deletion and this week's edition of Monday Night Raw, like we can only do right here and right now on the newest, fastest rising podcast in all of YouTube, baby! The Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Let's do it.
The Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
Shirts! Get those shirts, everybody! Thank you so much, gang. Welcome back to the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. My name is Nick Nightmare. Along with me, as always, is the world's greatest tag team, the World Heavyweight Champion of Microphones, Blue the Snowball, and Thor, the Wrestling God of Thunder, the Hammer of Wrestling Justice. And he swings strong tonight, as this night's edition of Monday Night Raw was absolutely ludicrous. And not Ludacris, the rapper. It was ludicrous as in the actual definition of the word. It really just makes me not look forward to anything that Raw is bringing to the table on this road to WrestleMania thus far. This show was a complete mess, although it did give me a couple of chuckles. The opening segment with Roman Reigns was among one of the funniest things I've seen all year long. It was absolutely a laugh riot, and I suggest you check it out. We're going to go over that and the ultimate deletion, or should we call it the ultimate disappointment. Am I being too hard? I'm going to leave that for you guys to judge. Make sure you light up that comment section down below, as well as hit that like button and subscribe to become part of the Sledgehammer Club if you have not done so already. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button. We are on our way to our first 1K before WrestleMania Sunday. And you guys can make it happen. Just hit that subscribe button. Become part of the fastest growing, most knowledgeable community of wrestling fans who deal with each other with love and respect. And I want to invite everybody to join along if that is your intention and you love pro wrestling as much as we do. Feel free to use this as a forum because I love hearing what you guys have to think. I want to know what everybody thought about tonight's ultimate deletion. Was it a disappointment to you? Do you think they could have done a little bit more? Did it seem rushed at all? We're going to go over all of that in this review tonight. Before we do that, and I'm sorry to keep shilling my stuff, but I got mine. I got my shirt. It came in the mail this weekend. I'm not wearing it today on purpose because I wanted to be able to do this and show it to you guys in the flesh, in its full glory. Look at this sumbitch. Look at this bad boy. All right, you want one of these? I wanted one of these. I made it. I made it myself. I made it for you guys. For you loyal members of the Sledgehammer Club, you can have one of these for yourself. All you got to do is click that link in the description below, show your loyalty, wear your colors, throw that armor on. If you're going down to WrestleMania, I want to see people in the crowd wearing this shirt. I want you guys to show the world that we mean business and we bring the hammer down on the world of professional wrestling, whether you like it or not. Sometimes I have to be the bearer of bad news, and I have to bring it strong in the case like tonight of the ultimate deletion. This is something that each and every one of us was looking forward to ever since we seen Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy teasing us on social media when Matt Hardy was back in TNA still. All right, we all had this grand vision. Wow, how great would this be if these two guys went to the Great War with each other? Essentially, what we've seen tonight was billed as the culmination of the Great War. Matt Hardy proclaimed at the end of this whole thing that the Great War is over, but I feel like the Great War didn't even fucking begin. Where did this whole rivalry start? Was this even really a rivalry? What did they do with these two characters to truly make you invested in what happened tonight in the Ultimate Deletion? Sure, it was fun. It was absolutely fun. I had a great time watching it. It was over the top. It was campy. It was what I expected. Maybe I expected it to be a little longer. Maybe I expected it to flow a little better. It seemed, and I don't want to place blame on the WWE for ruining something that was great before, but it just seemed like they don't understand what they actually have here. Like all the elements were in place. We saw Senior Benjamin. We saw Brother Nero, right? We saw Skarsgård, the dilapidated boat. We were in the Dome of Deletion. We had Rebby Hardy playing Bray Wyatt's music on the piano as he entered. I thought that was a very nice touch. I really appreciate things like that. It made me feel like maybe this was going to be something great. But then it just ended so suddenly. We had a brief, almost meaningless interaction between Vanguard 1 and Bray Wyatt, where Bray Wyatt's like, I'll deal with you later. And then Bray Wyatt gets a twist of fate, thrown into the lake of reincarnation, and it's over. The Great War's over. Wonderful. I don't understand. The only thing I can hope that comes out of this in some way is that it's not over, and that this was just the beginning of something that maybe as they go along with it, they will understand it more and see its value. The fact that they had Michael Cole apologize for this segment before it even hit air is one of the reasons why this is ludicrous. It shows you right there during the program that the WWE itself does not understand what they have. They are apologizing for showing it to you in case you don't like it. Because it's absolutely something outside the box. It's something that's never truly been seen on this level in a WWE program. But to me, it's enjoyable because it reminds me of things like the Boiler Room Brawl. Remember that? Things back in the day when we had The Undertaker doing his thing in the graveyard, beating people up, burying people alive in all these little backstage, not backstage, but, you know, these vignettes that were filmed somewhere else. When he attacked the Macho Man Randy Savage with Jake the Snake, with the Cobra during his wedding reception. Things like that. It's just dark. It's different. It lends to the story. So to me, you began the story here because there was nothing else going on before this that made this even seem necessary outside of some ridiculous laughter. And even Matt Hardy knew how much the fans were so sick of the laughter because he stopped all the laughter right at the beginning and he's like, the time for laughter is over. And then we had this match and it was okay. We got the fireworks going off, right? It was okay. It was a nice way to end a Raw for once. I was not absolutely killing myself for sitting through 3 hours of this garbage for once, but the way it ended just left so much to be desired. And my hope, like I said, is that this is just the beginning. You know, Bray Wyatt, like I said, fell into the lake of reincarnation. Senior Benjamin could not find his body. So where's Bray Wyatt? Is he going to reemerge as a new version of Bray Wyatt? A stronger, more creepy, more powerful Bray Wyatt? Is he going to become absolved into the Woken universe and maybe be a follower of Matt Hardy? Now that he couldn't beat him, he'll join him. He's got no family to fucking go back to anyway. What are we going to do with Bray Wyatt now? Bang. These are the things that I worry about. These are the things that I see. And this is the reason why I am here, to make sure that you see them too. So was it a disappointment? Let me know what you guys think. I am a little disappointed. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it, because I absolutely did enjoy myself. I found myself laughing aloud very many times throughout this absolutely crazy, crazy segment. But I felt like it didn't live up to what I know, because I watched the final deletion in TNA. I watched Delete or Decay. I watched everything they did over there, and this did resemble that. But I felt like, even though the production values might have had less money behind them, you know, it might not have been up to the WWE par of some of the stuff we've seen tonight, I feel like it just came off better on screen. I don't know. Maybe I'm too hard. You let me know. I think I'm just hard enough. You could ask somebody else about that. Enough of that. Let's get on with the rest of the show. What else, like I said, made me laugh my ass off was the beginning of this show. Now, Kurt Angle wants to come out, and he's saying, all right, you guys, you know Roman's suspended, so he's not going to be here. The crowd's all happy and cheering that he's not going to be around. He starts to address the Braun Strowman situation, and he says that Braun Strowman is going to be given a tag team championship. Well, listen, I'm not going to go off on that yet. We're going to get to that in just a minute, because we are talking about Mr. Reigns right now, and of course, they have him show up. Like, we're not even 5 minutes in. They didn't even wait and let him show up in the middle of the show. Let the show go on a little bit and have him disrupt the show. No, he's there right at the beginning. And he comes out through the crowd, and he comes in there doing the whole anti-authority, Stone Cold Steve Austin gimmick, where he's not going to give a shit that he's suspended. He's here and he's going to raise some hell. He's going to get in Kurt Angle's face. He wants Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's not here, but then all of a sudden, magically, he is there. It's just, everything is so forced, and it's so scripted, and it's such garbage, and they are just trying so hard. I'm telling you guys, they might as well just have this whole angle and everything that they're doing, just scrap everything and just have Roman come out there and take the mic and be like, "This is what's up, y'all. Just please, just cheer for me so this whole thing with Vince can go away, because it's not going to go away no matter how you guys feel, so just stop booing me and let's just get through this until we get the title to somebody else, because this is the way it is. Please, like, beg, plead, because there's just no way." It didn't even work tonight. You know when else it didn't work? It didn't work when you did the exact same thing that you did with Brock Lesnar tonight that you did with Braun Strowman against Roman Reigns a couple of months back. Remember when Roman Reigns was strapped to the stretcher and big old scary Braun grabbed his ass on the stretcher and flipped him off the loading deck and then flipped this guy over in a fucking ambulance, nearly killing Roman Reigns? Do you know what the crowd did? They cheered. Essentially, it was that whole time frame where Braun Strowman became a megastar. Braun Strowman was almost like on the cusp. Like, people were kind of like not sure about where they wanted to go with Strowman. And then they wanted to build him up as the ultimate bad guy. And what do? You put him against their ultimate good guy and you make him absolutely eviscerate him at every turn. And it worked against them. And it made Braun Strowman with the fans. Tonight, the same thing. Not that it made Brock Lesnar. He didn't get the biggest of reactions in Dallas, Texas tonight. But listen, it is clear, just based off of the end. You can come at me and say, well, they were booing Brock. Yeah, right, they were booing Brock. But they weren't booing Brock because of what he was doing to Roman. They were booing Brock because he was being a bad guy. He was doing the bad guy thing. They were doing their job as fans, booing him for his actions, not because of who he's doing it to, but just because of what he is doing, period. And then, there, like I said, the end of this segment, you got Roman getting wheeled to the ambulance. Brock Lesnar comes out to attack again, to chants from the crowd of yes and you deserve it. You're going to tell me that this worked? You're going to tell me this was a positive thing and got the fans in the corner of Roman Reigns when they're telling the man he deserves everything he's getting right now and are chanting yes in full approval of what the Beast is doing to Roman Reigns at this point? Fail. Fail, fail, fail. You're never going to get him over. It didn't work with Braun. It's not going to work with Brock. Let's just get to WrestleMania, you guys. Get this shit over with. I'm just so tired of the desperate attempts to try to make me feel bad for Roman Reigns and try to get me on board or try to make me be anti-Brock Lesnar. Do you know why I'm anti-Brock Lesnar? I love Brock Lesnar's career, and I've always been a Brock Lesnar fan. But I'm anti-Brock Lesnar because he's the Universal Champion of Raw, and he's never around. I do not appreciate not having a fighting champion. And when you do fight, more often than not, we see you for 3 minutes. The gimmick has gotten stale and old. I was accepting of it at the beginning, but at this point, you should be going out there and putting on great matches because you have the capability to do so. The best match we've seen out of Brock Lesnar was against AJ Styles, so you know he can do it. But obviously, it's in the contract not to. So that's why I just want Brock Lesnar to go away. I will have open arms if he ever wants to come back. But they better not pull this same old shit. He's a feature attraction. He's a money-generating machine. If he goes away to the UFC, there's always a time and place for Brock Lesnar to come back just for one match here or there. Maybe a dream match against a Braun Strowman later in his career. Who knows? Who knows? But as of right now, the time for Brock Lesnar is over. The time for Roman Reigns is about to begin, much to the chagrin of all of us. But it's a bitter pill we're going to have to swallow as wrestling fans. Brock's assault in this match was ridiculous. He was hitting him with chairs over and over. Let's not lose sight of the fact that Roman Reigns assaulted 3 U.S. Marshals. Now, we all know they're not really U.S. Marshals, but on screen, these are authority figures. They are United States Marshals, and he pretty much almost killed all 3 of them while he was handcuffed. And then Brock Lesnar took advantage of him being handcuffed in that situation, and we got what we got. But I don't care. So, what did you do? Nothing. It did absolutely nothing but leave us where we were last week, which is where we'll be next week for Monday Night Raw. Let's talk about the next segment, which was the women's segment. You got Alexa Bliss coming out and pulling her heel promo thing. Now, Alexa Bliss with a mic is fantastic. She's great at doing her heel thing. But I would be doing a disservice to myself and to you guys if I allowed my fandom of Alexa Bliss to blind me of the truth. And the truth is that this whole feud with Nia Jax was pretty much thrown at us out of nowhere due to the fact that Vince McMahon finds it amusing to do angles where bullying is the reason for fighting. They're not even fighting for the Women's Championship. Nia Jax is en route to collide with Alexa because she called her names. And she hurt her feelings, and she made her feel bad. That's what your women's main event at WrestleMania is all about? Bad fat jokes? And Mickie James's involvement in this particular segment is very questionable, is it not? If I'm not mistaken, was it not Mickie James that was on the receiving end of an angle just like this when she was going up against Lay Cool in the mid-2000s, when they labeled her Piggy James? You think she's comfortable in this role? And if she is, obviously she's an actress, and that's fine, but you can't tell me that somewhere inside she's like just cringing as much as we are because this is garbage. It's coming out of left field, it's coming out of nowhere, a sudden rift between 2 well-known best friends. Look at either one of their social media accounts. There is no way that there is any validity to any of this that's going on. I hate it. I hate it. You should be taking the 2 best women on your roster, putting them one-on-one in your main event for the women, going for that championship. That's what the whole match should be about, is the title. If you don't care about getting the championship and it's just a byproduct of getting some vengeance, I don't care about your match at WrestleMania. You should be dying to get your hands on that belt. Doing anything you can. And while we're at it, let's just throw this out there. Realistically, what has Nia Jax done to prove to any of us that she deserves a women's championship shot at WrestleMania? She's done nothing but lose to Asuka for the better part of 2018. All of 2017, since her inception to the main roster, she's been a failure. She was booked to beat the jobbers and then lose to the B talent. I'm pretty sure she lost to Emma at one point. And where's Emma? What does that show you about what the WWE truly thinks about Nia Jax's value? She was built up as nothing. And then you all of a sudden want us to believe she's something special against Asuka. And she loses 3 times. And now instead of having Alexa lose the championship to Sasha Banks or Bayley and allow that feud, which is the more interesting feud going on Monday Night Raw right now, to culminate with a championship, which both girls would care about. It would not be about he said, she said, you threw me off the Elimination Chamber. It would be about, I want that belt because I'm better than you. And that's what you want. That's what you want out of a women's championship match. You don't want this, what we're getting. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So ridiculous that I really lost my train of thought about what I was saying there. But it doesn't matter because this whole feud, everything about this women's championship is wrong. It should be being featured with the Sasha Banks Bayley feud. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later in the show. The Nia Jax attack after the match that we had between Alexa Bliss and Asuka, an unnecessary match, risking the health of Asuka going into WrestleMania for absolutely no reason. It was a very sloppy match. You know, Alexa clearly missed by a mile on a couple of shots. I'm going to bring the hammer down where it's necessary. I don't care if I like you or not. You messed up. That match was not good. It was not good. She got way too much offense. 5 Feet of Fury, I understand, but this is Asuka. She should have tore through Alexa Bliss. But you don't want to do that to your women's champion on the lead up to WrestleMania. You needed to make her look strong, just as strong as Asuka. So you gave her majority of the offense, which was pretty much ridiculous because Asuka could squash her with one hand. And then you have Mickie James carrying her out of there. She loses by count out to Asuka so that the champ doesn't get pinned. At least they had the sensibility and the brain to not have the champion get pinned for once on the road to WrestleMania. Holy shit. Should we give them 2 friggin' claps for that? Because it was still ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Just like Braun Strowman. I love Braun Strowman. I hate what they are doing with Braun Strowman right now. This is the most clear example I could give you guys of exactly how ass fucking backwards the WWE has been over the last few years, because they have a formula. They have a recipe in front of them. They have all the ingredients to put in the appropriate places to make a tasty, delicious dish for us to watch on April the 8th coming from New Orleans. But instead of giving us the Revival versus Sheamus and Cesaro for the tag team championships, 2 legit tag teams, you want to give us Braun Strowman on a one-man rampage. One man that annihilated the entire field of the tag team division. So how valuable is the tag team division? Everybody outside of the champions was laid waste by Braun Strowman in that battle royal. That, we talked all about that last week. We're not going to go back into that right now. But my hope was that what happened last week happened. That was going to be a way to lead Braun Strowman into the Andre the Giant battle royal. He so easily won that tag team battle royal. He's not in a tag team, so he should enter himself into the Andre battle royal. Instead, he's being gifted a tag team championship opportunity. He doesn't even have a fucking tag team partner. And then the best tag team they got to go against Sheamus and Cesaro, which should be the WrestleMania match for Raw's tag team championship, announced their candidacy for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal and said they're going to be the first tag team to ever win it. What am I watching? How fucking stupid can you be? It's clear as day what should be going on right now. You got the Andre the Giant documentary dropping on HBO just weeks after WrestleMania is going to hit the air. Maybe 1 week after. What a great place to have Braun Strowman showcased. A great place to hype him. Andre the Giant's name is going to be floating around again. Who just won that battle royal? Braun Strowman? Oh, he's almost as big as Andre. He's the new Andre. Whatever the hell you want to do. Would be a great way to use and boost his career even further. Put him way over the top. Instead, you want to throw the Revival in a useless battle royal that's going to mean nothing to them. What kind of implications is it going to have on them being a tag team that win? And it's not going to happen. They're not going to win the fucking battle royal. Are you kidding me? And why would they? Why would the WWE book the Revival to win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal so they could say for the fucking first time ever again For the first time ever, a tag team won a battle royal. No. No. Unacceptable. Obviously, you know my feelings on the next match that would follow Braun Strowman's match as well, which was the tag team matchup of the night. Braun Strowman would end up facing Cesaro. Very decent match between these two guys. I just don't agree with the direction in which the angle is headed, but this was a good match. Braun Strowman and Cesaro did a very good job together. They had pretty good chemistry, and it's a match that I think would actually be great if it was in a singles capacity, maybe over some championship gold. That would be a great Intercontinental title feud. Cesaro maybe as the Intercontinental Champion with a monstrous Braun Strowman coming at him. Cesaro being a master of like 1,000 holds, a super strong man, the Swiss Cyborg, Swiss Superman, Swiss Cheese Man, whatever kind of Swiss man you want to call him. The Swiss Army Knife Man. Maybe he finds a way to keep winning and you keep Strowman on the chase. The crowd would be all over that. I think it would be great. But what do I know? I don't know shit, right? I'm just a mark. Braun Strowman easily dispatched of Cesaro, and then we had the Revival easily lay waste to Titus Worldwide. Thank God we got to see them on TV again tonight. Well, there is no other fucking tag teams. Who are they going to throw at us? Slater and Rhino again? So, let's not, be too picky about that. Like I said, the Revival announced their entry to the Battle Royal. Nonsense. More nonsense would ensue. While we were having a good moment for once on Monday Night Raw, Sasha Banks and Bayley were ridiculously booked in a tag team matchup tonight against their longtime rivals, Crap Solution, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, who would be flanked by Paige. Before these girls would come out, Crap Solution, Banks and Bayley were actually having a very interesting back and forth. It was the first time I found myself interested in any of the words that either of these girls have been saying in quite some time. Bayley is very upset at Sasha Banks' actions in the Elimination Chamber. She cannot get the look that Sasha had in her face out of her mind. She saw the joy in the boss's face as she fell after Sasha Banks kicked her from the top of the pod, and she can't get it out of her head, so she can't just move on. I was interested. And just as Sasha Banks was about to enlighten us as to maybe why she did what she did at the Chamber to get ahead and screw over her best bud, her huggy buddy, Crap Solution comes out and ruins the whole thing. Now, I don't know why Crap Solution's even still around. I've said many, many times the best thing to do with them right now is break that shit up, do something else with Paige. She's not going to wrestle. She doesn't need to be on TV. She's not a manager. I know you need to get your money's worth out of her. Find another way to do it. Give her her own network show. Get her off TV. She's not helping. Sonya Deville, send her back to where she came from in NXT. She's got miles to go before she's truly ready. Mandy Rose, team her permanently with Goldust. Make Rose Gold a thing. It will be infinitely more entertaining, and that girl will learn tenfold under the wing of Goldust. What could Paige possibly be teaching her? How to get in trouble? That's my thoughts on Crap Solution. It wouldn't be so crappy to me if they did that with them. Instead, they're getting wins. They're getting wins over the two biggest names on the Raw Women's roster right now outside of Asuka and Alexa Bliss. Why? To further the dissension between Sasha and Bayley? I would have much rather have seen the discussion break down than have to go into this ridiculous, nonsensical match that was absolutely unnecessary. Did nothing for nobody. Crap Solution wins. Part of me wants to believe that this particular booking tonight was punishment because Sasha and Bayley have apparently not been too happy backstage. Because just like us, they believe, maybe Alexa and Nia shouldn't be the championship title match for the girls at WrestleMania. Maybe it should go to two girls that have been wrestling each other for years. Two girls that have been waiting for this WrestleMania moment to be across the ring from each other wrestling for championship gold. We all know what they did at TakeOver Brooklyn 3. It's been proclaimed many times over as probably the single greatest women's match of all time. Why wouldn't they want to replicate that at WrestleMania? Like I said, there's that recipe. It's right fucking there. But instead of taking the sugar and putting it there, making it sweet, we're going to add a dash of salt. Make everybody a little salty, right? We're going to make me all pissed off swinging my hammer. We're going to make the rest of us all pissed off sitting here watching me swinging my hammer. And agreeing with me in unison because you know I'm right. Even they know they're right. Sasha knows that they're right. Bayley knows they're right. It has to be some kind of punishment for them being so vocal backstage, and apparently, as I heard today while I was watching some of my stuff when I got home, that they've been talking some shit even to the boss, Vince McMahon. And maybe this is ramifications based upon that. But we'll never really know, will we? Until one of them gets released, and then they'll tell everybody fucking everything. John Cena. We saw him. Saw him tonight. No, we didn't see was The Undertaker. They keep building this thing up, and they have John Cena coming out, pandering to the crowd. Much like Alexa Bliss, John Cena, when you put a mic in his hands, he's very good. He's one of the best. Alexa Bliss is not one of the best. I'm just trying to make a comparison. Because when he goes into the ring, he can hit or miss. You know, he can give you a great match. He can give you an absolute shit fest. But on the mic, he's always very solid. We all know this. Comes out, and he's calling out The Undertaker once again. He says he's feeling disrespected by The Undertaker because The Undertaker's not giving him any answer. He's not telling him no. He's not telling him yes. He's not saying anything. He's trying to get the fans on his side. And the fans eventually did sway his way, much to my surprise, because John Cena calls The Undertaker a coward. I didn't really like that choice of phrase, but it seems to, be blurring that line of reality. He's touching on his home life, what he's doing right now, how he's been feeling about himself as of late. He feels like he's an old man and he can't do it. He's allowing the judgment of people and what people might say to determine his actions instead of believing in what he is. He's just barely a man now. He used to be a god, really tearing him down. And then it's just asking him, just do something. You're supposed to be the dead man. You have all these magic powers. You can do all these things. Strike some lightning. Turn the lights out. Do something. And he's screaming, do something. And then the crowd starts chanting along with him, do something. Do something. And nothing fucking happens except absolute horror and ultimate disappointment. As we get fucking Kane again. Are you kidding me? Kane has had absolutely nothing to do with The Undertaker for years. I know he's his brother. Get off my nutsack. This has nothing to do with their kinship. This has everything to do with the fact that Kane shouldn't give a shit about defending the honor of his brother. Why does this man care about honor? He's a demon. This is the man that just tried to murder Braun Strowman in the back of a dump truck, and you want us to believe he's got morals now. He's talking shit about my brother. I'm going to go say some shit. Then you got the dumbasses on the announce team going, oh, well, here's the answer. Here's the something. John Cena's going to get his answer through Kane. What are you, brain dead? Oh, my God. Absolute disgust. And then you got Kane coming in the ring and chokeslamming John Cena. One chokeslam and Cena's out like a light. Taking a friggin' nap in the middle of the ring like he just received 3 F5s and 2 Superman punches and a spear. The guy's not moving. Selling this chokeslam like it's the most devastating thing we've ever seen in our lives. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? And then you want to go out on Twitter and tell us, tune in next week because John Cena's going to fight Kane? You think that's going to get viewers? The only reason that match should exist is if the gong is going to go off sometime during that match. Let the gong hit. Let him come out on his motorcycle. Let him be on screen. Like you said, do something. Don't give us Kane. That's not what we wanted. That is the complete opposite direction in which we want you to go. One man has absolutely nothing to do with the other anymore. Ridiculous. Do something. WWE needs to do something because they don't know what they're doing at all. This is a terrible way to lead into a match that everybody has known is going to happen for at least the last 6 to 8 months. All this, is it or will it, won't it happen? Stop it. Let's get it going. 3 weeks left. Enough. Just like with The Miz. Enough with The Miz. I love The Miz. I do that. I make my complaint, and then I tell you guys, maybe it's a little passive-aggressive of me, but hey, it's the way I am. I do love The Miz. He proved once again tonight that he's a great promo. He had that WWE magazine, and he's talking about, I get no respect. I can't even get on the magazine. I get no respect. I don't get a singles match. I get no respect. I feel like I'm watching Rodney Dangerfield. I get no respect. Hey, I get no respect. That's the fucking Miz. We'll give him a cross eye and a friggin' Hugh Hefner jacket. Give him a pipe. Let him be doing a Rodney Dangerfield impression. It'll at least be more entertaining. Yeah, it's good. Is everything he's saying making sense? Sure, but he comes off like a whiny baby. We see this shit every single week. Maybe if we didn't see The Miz talk every week, his words would carry some merit. Maybe if he was out there, wrestling. That's what we want to see from The Miz anyway. We want to see you wrestle. You're the Intercontinental Champion. I know you're a heel, but Ric Flair was a heel. The man wrestled. And then he talked people into the stands and he had a golden microphone. We all know that. The base is the wrestling. So go out there and wrestle. And then maybe once, twice a month maybe even be too much. Once a month you have Miz TV. Have him come out and whatever he says will carry more weight to it because we're not just hearing the same shit every week. I'm the greatest Intercontinental Champion. I'm the most must-see. I'm the this. I'm the that. And then I'm done with it. I'm done with it. As soon as he goes down that road, I don't want to hear anymore. And this is all leading up to a 6-man tag team match. How original. The Miz Taraj versus the Club. The Bullet Club. The Balor Club. Again. All this match proved to the world is how little the WWE thinks of Gallows and Anderson. The Balor Club gets the win. But after the match, of course, the Miz Taraj post-match attack on Finn Balor. Gallows and Anderson are his tag team. His stable, his brethren. They're sitting there. The Good Brothers. They get in the ring to try to fend off the Miz Taraj. Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. A team that we've seen them beat with relative ease. And now, Dallas and Axel got the club's number. You telling me Gallows and Anderson couldn't save Finn Balor from the Miz Taraj? We're not talking about the world champions. We're not talking about the Revival, maybe somebody that can give you a challenge. We're not talking about the Authors of Pain. We're not talking about War Machine. We're talking about fucking Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. They kept Gallows and Anderson at bay. That's how little the WWE values Finn Balor's friends. Case in point. Bang! It's the way it is on this show. Ridiculous post-match beatdown. And the only reason for this was so that they can have Seth Rollins leave the commentary booth and save Finn Balor. So now instead of 2 men who regularly are with Finn Balor and should have been able to have his back, you have 1 man, Seth Rollins, come out and clear the field of 3 men, saving Finn Balor's life from the Miz Taraj attack. What sense does that make? I'm not saying it ain't great for Seth Rollins or even for Finn Balor. He got saved. Seth Rollins is then standing there going, hey, I helped you out. I did this. You owe me one. You owe me one? Do you know what you owe me one means? You owe me one means we're going to see this same fucking segment next week in reverse. We're going to have Seth Rollins fighting the Miz probably, or one of the Miz Taraj, and then the Miz Taraj, 2 people on the outside will get involved, and then we'll have Finn on commentary, and he'll come down and make the field even, and the Miz can complain that they're colluding, and that they're in this together, and that my chances are so low, and blah. Blah! I hate this. I hate this. I would much rather them have taken the belt from The Miz months ago, put it around the waist of Finn Balor, then you want to have a triple threat, add a returning Samoa Joe to this triple threat and have Rollins, Joe, Balor, IC title triple threat. I would have been much more preferential to just Balor and Joe for the Intercontinental Championship. That would have been a much better match. Even if you wanted to do Balor and Rollins one-on-one, they would probably steal the show if they were going up for the Intercontinental Championship. But we got The Miz, who's absolutely the wrench in this whole thing because we need a heel. Because the WWE's afraid to turn Finn heel. He'd be a great heel. He's proved it as the leader of the Bullet Club where he's done. He's fine. He'll be great. Especially with the Good Brothers at his side. It would be great. A heel Finn Balor versus a babyface Seth Rollins. You want to keep Finn Balor babyface? You give him Samoa Joe. You make Samoa Joe be the gigantic gorilla-sized monkey wrench in the equation, and that's WrestleMania moment. It's got it written all over it. I'm sorry for you Miz guys out there. Like I said, I love The Miz, but this needed to wrap up a long time ago, and it's just kind of weighing down the Intercontinental Championship match at WrestleMania. No disrespect, really. He gets no respect. Not even from Sledgehammer TV. You get no respect tonight. Although I usually do give you the benefit of the doubt. Tonight is not one of those cases. Then we had a Ronda Rousey segment. Right? We had to see Ronda Rousey and her journey. And she was living in her car. And she came back from that and started breaking faces in the UFC. And then her boyfriend helped her discover that she's more than just a fighter. And now she's in the WWE. Pissing off all the girls in the main roster. Fantastic. It was actually a very, very well done piece. I don't have much to say about it. The WWE promised Ronda Rousey on Raw every week leading up until WrestleMania. We did not see her at all last week outside of the previous stuff. We had a nice little package that way. But at least this week we got some new stuff. We got into her background a little bit. They're trying to feed us and get us on board the Ronda train. If you're not, which I'm kind of not just yet. We're going to have to wait and see what WrestleMania brings. They had Kurt Angle sitting there like her dad, consoling her while she was crying and stuff. You know, who cares? Really, who cares? This is stuff anybody can go find out. You know, we seen it, we heard it, great. We're going to see it 150 more fucking times before WrestleMania in the next 3 weeks. I'm glad we got the first shot over with here tonight. Like I said, very well done segment, but it's only going to be repeated a million times. So if you missed it, you'll see it again. Don't worry. After Rousey, we had the Ultimate Deletion. We talked about that at the beginning of this review. This Monday Night Raw on the road to WrestleMania is much like all the others we have had thus far. Absolutely nothing really happened. We do not know who Braun Strowman's tag team partner is. He says he has a partner already. That's what he said in the ring. I don't know if he was supposed to say that or if he botched that line, but he claims to have a partner. We have no idea who it may be. Who is it going to be? It doesn't matter who it is, because Braun Strowman by himself can win the championships. That's what they're trying to say. Essentially slapping in the face every single tag team on the whole entire company. One man is greater than every tag team. Yes, this man is Braun Strowman. But what damage are you doing to your tag team division? And what the hell is with them putting the Revival in the Memorial Battle Royal? Like, it's just so backwards. You put those two things in each other's places, and I'm all for it. And I'm actually much more excited for WrestleMania. But now, the Red Brand's card for WrestleMania is fizzling out for me fast. I'll give it credit. The Intercontinental Championship match, even with The Miz included, as of right now, is the only match Raw's got so far that you should give two shits about for WrestleMania. Speaking about Battle Royals, during Sasha and Bayley's little thing, I forgot to mention this before. We'll talk about this really quick, and then we'll get the fuck on out of here. Sasha Banks, right at the beginning of this whole thing, was, running down her history with Bayley, how, they did the NXT Brooklyn match, and they did the first ever Elimination Chamber and the Women's Royal Rumble and this and that. And now she's going to be the first person ever to win the Women's WrestleMania Battle Royal. By her saying that, we automatically know Sasha and Bayley for WrestleMania's one-on-one match is completely off the table. They're going to both be in this Battle Royal. Sasha's in it to win it. If Sasha is in fact in it, I think she probably will. If they're going to build her up properly and get her back on the right track, maybe you have her be one of the last two with Bayley. And that's where you culminate everything that you're doing right now. Because to not have a one-on-one match to settle this beef between the two of them with all the history that they have already just makes no fucking sense. Just like Raw tonight, for the most part, made no sense. I was a little bit disappointed with the deletion. Don't forget, you guys, to let me know how you feel. Light up that comment board down below. While you're down there, do not forget to smash that thumbs up. Let me know you enjoy what we're doing here on the channel, that you love my little friends, and that you love me, because I love you guys. Also, do not forget to subscribe. If you are here right now at the tail end of this review at 46 minutes and 5 seconds, then you are fucking awesome, and the best way you can celebrate that is by hitting that subscribe button. Join this channel. Get us to 1,000 subscribers if you are among the already 500 plus that support this show. The best thing you could do for me is to share. Share, share, share. That's fair. Share this video everywhere you can with everyone you know that enjoys professional wrestling and would love to become part of one of the best, most knowledgeable, and loving wrestling communities you will ever find on the YouTube wrestling community. And don't forget, you guys, to get those shirts. Get them while they're hot. 3 weeks to go. I showed it to you at the beginning. We will see it right before the end during the outro. Don't forget, if you need the info, check it out right then and there. I want to thank you guys so much already. All of you that have bought the shirts, you are fucking amazing, and I cannot even believe that people love me enough to buy my merch, and I cannot thank you guys enough. Don't forget to hit me up on social media with all your photos of yourselves in your shirts so that we can get that special subscriber video up going and up on YouTube as soon as we can. My name is Nick Nightmare. This is the Wrestling God of Thunder, Thor the Sledgehammer. This is the World Heavyweight Champion of Microphones, Blue the Snowball. I am the legend himself, Nick Nightmare, on a show of legends, champions, and gods, the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. That is going to do it, and we are out of here, and we will see you next time right here on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Have a good night, you guys. Raw sucked. We'll see you tomorrow night for SmackDown Live. Thank you so much, and we'll see you then. Good night.